What's happening in Cyprus, we're developing the next generation of traders. We now have a trader who is a trader of that future.
He's been very good at evolving. When the market evolves, this whole new introduction of AI and how it's developed, and he's always trying to be on top of that.
Because there is the mindset when a new technology comes in, a trader who's been fixated on his past and the way he's doing things, it takes him much longer to take on the new technology leap.
Because he knows now the next time when that does come, that's going to be, bringing the house down.
He came to me and said, Alex, okay, I'm ready to go live. And I said, no, you're not. He said, but I said, yeah, it's changed.
We've had a trader this month have his first ever 7-figure month. And this is a trader that last year we had a video, we talked about this particular trader's pathway from absolute, runner, rookie, all the way up to basically where he is today. And having that 7-figure month has been great to watch and to witness and experiences. But leaving off from having his first 7-figure year to now automatically so quickly going into now, it's like almost popping a seal, and he's now gone to his first 7-figure month. I wanted to, discuss not just, his success, but his path and proximity, because I think it's such an incredible story, but there's plenty of valuable lessons as well that we can discuss through that.
Yes, Peter, I know you incredibly close to him. You guys have a strong relationship. This is a trader, after making his first 7-figure year last year, and then doing in now March his first 7-figure month. And I want to emphasize, he had an incredible Monday too, but probably below his expectation and his, what he knows he can do. But I also want to reiterate, this first 7-figure month wasn't just because of one day or one trade. I think he had almost six-figure days within that 7-figure month. Over 6-figure days, a couple over, 250,000. And so this is a trader that, as you mentioned, started as a runner. And I think his first year was during the Russia-Ukraine crisis. This was also the first time. He was always very good over the last couple of years at doing really well in between themes. And whenever a theme would come, he would drastically disappoint himself. He felt everyone else was making money. He had the skills, but he always never quite performed. But it was never he never quite performed. He was just developing more evidence, more tactics, more understanding, more mental models of how to take on these themes. Sometimes the market would shift or move too fast. He wasn't willing to be aggressive on price. And so he went through his iterative cycles through the Iran-Israel 12-day war last year. He underperformed again. And then all of a sudden he started outperforming in this geopolitical cycle. And so that's also a journey, and he created an optionality, is you survive long enough in this game, but you survive whilst being plugged into a collective. You're curious. You have strong relationships with other traders. You're going to give yourself a very good chance in this game. The market does also reward. The market rewards for those who understand some of the universal laws of development. And one of my primary universal laws and power laws of development is plugging into a collective and having that, that curious scale. But what's fascinating is what's happening in Cyprus. We're developing the next generation of traders, and thick and fast. Larger your incredible influence and making sure there's a bridging of knowledge between all the traders. Making sure we have the architecture, the plumbing network, so there's lower latency. We have an internal analytical engine that actually helps stimulate curiosity amongst traders of where performance is happening within the group. Those are part of that network. And now what's happening is it does have a compounding effect, because that proximity, now here's a trader who's gone through the last 4 or 5 years, is now a 7-figure on his own right. His next goal will be his first 7-figure day and then first 8-figure year. And we now have a trader who is a trader of that future, because he's technologically savvy in an era where technology is moving fast and aggressive. He's curious. He has those strong relationships. But he's also going to have a tough road of longevity, because now all of a sudden, from a couple of years ago, couldn't really kind of scrape much money together in his personal life, can have a really good financial existence at the moment as a young, mid 20-year-old. And so that's going to be interesting navigating, but he seems to have that extreme maturity that I'm saying, but he also brings a presence to the floor now. The chest is wider, the belief is stronger, and he believes in communication. He believes, and so he's rubbing off on the other junior traders that can see, well, here's a trader that I know went along the path, and he's making this type of P&L. And so that is powerful. And so with regards to this this trader, what has impressed you most? I know we had a previous video, but like if we even go from the last video that we made of him, what is it with this trader and your belief of what has made him get there, and what do you think will make him continue?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's adaptation. It's huge. He's seeing him navigate. I mean, I remember watching him, discuss trades and workshops in that environment in 2023 when it was. I found it. I was in awe almost how he was kind of trying to sniff out where, because it was such a difficult period, and to see him sniff out those opportunities and really trying to figure out, where is it that he could find the opportunity to take some money out of the market, and to see where he's then, he's gone through periods where themes come in play, and again, I talk like I talk with all of the traders, I talk to him a lot about, if something happened and he missed it, or he's so good at being able to not take anything from a negative point of view, and to literally just, I don't even know what would be the best analogy to scale it, but it's like Lego. Everything just starts building on top, and then almost anything that he could do. And like you said, could he have, done, even I mean, he did spectacularly well that day, but even he felt it himself. Maybe he didn't perform as good because he knows now the next time when that does come, that's going to be, bringing the house down almost. Because and that's where I have that kind of belief and faith in him in that, because he's very good at being able to take all of the different elements of his trading, of his headspace, of his mentality, of everything, and be able to compound them to only bring him more impressive results, because he's a true professional in that sense, and also being able to communicate and get the guys together as they all are, they're all doing that, and also with the grads, and then to be able to, he's a great foundation for them to be able to, what route would be good to follow. He's one of many that we have in Cyprus. So yeah, it's just been very good to just see him, how he's expanding and growing. And even with the tech, like you said, that's also something else to not be, he's been very good at evolving. And I think that's been, I know we've spoken about this a few times, and when the market evolves, this whole new introduction of AI and how it's developed, and he's always trying to, be on top of that and be, and to be very aware of how the market is evolving and how technology is evolving, and to work with it and flow with it, as opposed to push against it and stick to what he just knows. And that is such a big thing for him.
I mean, just piggybacking on what you're saying there, you mentioned his adaptation, his evolution, and because there is the mindset when a new technology comes in, a trader who's been fixated on his past and the way he's doing things, it takes him much longer to to take on the new kind of technology leap, and so that's why he's in a really interesting sweet spot. Sometimes our taking on of something new, there's a harder membrane to penetrate, and maybe a little bit degree of a cynicism for why. And he is in that sweet spot, and sometimes you're at an inflection point. The industry that's changing because of the technology that has entered the space, and perhaps the most pervasive technology that we've had since the internet, and he's lapping it up. And so as that's lapping it up, whilst understanding the markets, whilst understanding how opportunity looks, navigating, you mentioned 2023. I know, there's a whole bunch of workshops that he did of how he was trying to, get water out of a stone in, during that time. And he was able to make some money and perform, but that showed his adaptation to, regardless of the conditions. And what I always love from a fraud perspective is it's how we started with the Warrior all those years ago, is if you have one or two traders, you can, and you have hungry other traders around, you can kind of raise the collective. Now he will get pushed himself now by younger traders who see, different ways on the markets. He will push the senior traders ahead of him, senior traders who don't want to be caught up by performance. And so it just has this, and if you create a healthy competitive environment, everyone's just going to start raising standard, and that's what's happening now. And a trader such as himself, who started from runner, to junior trader, and I remember the early days when he used to come to me, and he was on the simulator. He passed his, the kind of requirements that we put in place in the first couple of months, and he came to me and said, "Alex, okay, I'm ready to go live." And I said, "No, you're not." I said, I said, "Yeah, it's changed." And I remember the time he was upset, because we have a lot of junior traders who feel that they're ready for the live markets, but a junior trader is not going to be ready for the live markets in 2 months of finishing our career program. And we are going to be announcing something incredibly exciting middle of April about how we will be helping remote traders, grow. And it's just fascinating to see his journey, where he's going to go, and simply because he's in the sweet spot at the moment, this inflection zone of technology, I feel he has the hallmarks to do the type of performance that maybe we haven't even dreamt of, and what's possible in this game. And I do foresee our team that all of a sudden there's going to be a lot of guys competing for these 8-figure years now. We probably might have our largest army of 8-figure traders in the next year to 2 years. And again, this young trader that we're speaking about, he's the manifestation of plugging in to the intelligence of the sphere that has been cultivated at Axia.